Well, good evening and greetings from Bill Back and Farmer Bill. The funds are at Mays Valley Farm Market and Winery, and blogging, video blogging, all that kind of cool stuff and good stuff or boring stuff, depends how you look at it. I guess a few people pay attention to this and watch it, I hear. A little bit about not only what we do, but who we are. And buddy Corey down at TKG says, hey, you know, that's a little bit about blogging too. So probably one of the biggest parts of me is this, what you see right in front of you. I shot a little video earlier of it, put a couple different ones up there, and maybe just a lot of people know a lot about bikes. Maybe some people who watch this don't know anything about bikes. Maybe some people are scared of them. I don't know. I got used to them many, many years ago. Back in the day when I was growing up, buddy down the street, Scott Ave, always had something on two wheels we're getting onto, running around, and I kind of got the bug then. Laid off a little bit, went to college, came on out. Shortly thereafter, bought another new bike, or a bike back then, a Kawasaki CSR 750. Then Michelle had an LTD 440, and I moved up to a Gold Wing. And once we had the kids, we kind of backed off of them, but kids are getting a little bit older, and life's getting shorter. And I said, back there in about 06, 07, I ponied up and bought another used GL 650, which is a silver wing, little mini touring bike, and then I fell in love with this V STrom here. So real quick, what do we got here in front of you? You have what's called a sport touring bike. This is kind of like a do-all type bike. They call it sport touring because it's kind of light. It's pretty light, really. This bike only weighs 465 pounds approximately, sitting there as you look at it. Maybe a little bit more fuel in that tank bag on it. And you put my 180-pound frame on it, we're pretty light when you're considering she cranks out about 98 horsepower through those V-twin cylinders down there. It's called a DL 1000. That means it displaces approximately 1,000 cc's. And those cc's are contained in those two jugs up underneath there in that 90-degree V design. Now this is the type, it's called a V-twin. So it's a lot of cruisers are V-twins. See, here's the front jug. Goes down in the tranny and back up to the back jug. Those are your two cylinders, or V-twin. That's what makes up a V-twin. So a lot of cruisers are like this, Harleys are like this. They have different degree angles though. This is a 90-degree angle. Arguably the practically most efficient is 180 degrees in the BMWs, but this bike here, sitting as you see it, costs about $8,000. A comparable BMW, which can perform slightly better, and that's even arguable, costs about twice the money. What makes a 90-degree really nice is it is very, very low vibration compared to a Harley, which will just rattle your teeth out when you ride them. I guess if you like it, and that's cool, I stay in the saddle long, long hours sometimes, so I need a smooth bike, and I got it here. High pipes in the back, that allows you to clear water. These bikes, get videos on there via Google or YouTube on a V STrom. You'll see crazy dudes taking these through creeks and doing things like that with them. They'll put a little bit different tire setup on them though. I have more or less street tires on this bike because I spend most of the time on the road with it. But I will get down to southeast Ohio. I'm not afraid to go climbing into some of the backcountry back there. Get on gravel, get on some ravines. It gets a little heavy when you start getting into some of that really tough stuff compared to like a 400cc bike, which is more adapt for that, or a 650. But you can get her done. You even have a skid plate down on the bottom there for when I drag over rocks and things like that, which I have used a few times. And that's a little bit how she runs here. So it's an aluminum frame bike. There's your frame here. That's an aluminum frame across there. Goes back to the swing arm chain drive to reduce weight and cost. The bigger bikes will have shaft drives on them, which are arguably have less maintenance, but they're much more costly initially to buy. Again, this is a low input bike right off the get-go. And also they do lose energy and power transfer, and they do require maintenance down the road, and they are quite expensive. This bike is designed to be a low cost bike, really it is. I think it lists for around $7,600 or something like that. And it's a whole heck of a lot of fun for $7,600 or so. With accessories and everything else, you get her up to about $85 till you get her on the road. I also have a trunk system for her as well. But this is what I do. This is what this winery owner, farmer does in his spare time, is he takes his Strom out and climbs some hills and then gets on the twisty curvies, and she'll get out there and get right on down the road. So once again, this is Bill Back and the Funds Are at Mays Valley Farm Market and Winery saying thank you for stopping by.